A very good afternoon to everyone. Today we have with us Miss Tanu Roy from Curious Tots. So before we jump into our session, let me introduce her briefly to all of you. Miss Tanu has been an ardent child lover, and she has always wanted to spend time and work with children, especially the little ones. Carrying forward her passion, she is in the process of taking baby steps in understanding the children and providing them with the right platform. A very warm welcome to you, Ms. Tanu. Thank you for joining us.
Hello all. Thank you for the warm welcome and a very good afternoon to all of you.
Okay, so let's begin by asking you that what was the thought behind starting the school?
As you gave my introduction, for some hidden reason, I don't know why, I always had an inclination towards and liking for the young kids. And I love spending time with them, playing with them, doing mischiefs, teaching them naughty stuff, talking to them about academics and their day-to-day life. So when it came down to starting my career the second time in my life after my kids grew up, I thought, why not to use this quality of mine? And I will enjoy also doing the same thing. So then it was just a mere idea that came to my mind. And then I started thinking about it and I joined a school. I started working there. I found that, okay, I'm having the fun of my life here, okay, with the kids. So then but somehow, the way they were teaching, the curriculum they were following never satisfied me. So then again, the thought came, why not to start something of my own where I can work my own way out? And then this idea and thought turned into a dream into a passion. And as a result, Curious Tots was born. So that's how I started it.
Wow, that's amazing. Not everybody is able to turn their dreams into reality. You're
Very
one
true.
of the lucky ones. So tell me, I'm very curious to know why the name Curious Tots.
Why the name Curious Tots? See, all the kids are curious. If you're not curious, you will never ever learn in your life. Curiosity is the seed which plants learning, My kids also, they ask thousands of questions to me. The type of questions change with age. But every day they shoot questions on you. So curious. And I am working with a little one, so tots. So Curious Tots.
Great thought behind it. So tell me, which year did your school begin?
2022, 16th of May.
Wow.
So we are still not an year old. Few days more to go.
Great. I'm sure within no time it will all be over. The 1st and the 10th and the 20th will all be
Yes.
there. So tell me, what is the teacher and student ratio that you follow at school?
It's 12:1:1. 12 kids, 1 teacher, 1 helping staff member. If we cross 12, we add 1 more helper to the class. If we are close to 20, we add 1 more teacher to the class with that. And if we are close to 24, I divide the class into 2 sections. But as an exception, if I find that even 12 teachers, because we get a variety of students, with different needs of learning. So in case I find that, okay, one teacher is not able to handle the class properly and she is not able to focus on each and every child. So it's my call to add 1 more teacher right then. So it basically, the type of students who are there in the class, their learning needs decide what is going to be the proportion.
And where exactly is the school located?
It's in Electronic City, Phase 1, Bangalore, Doda Togar.
Okay, great. Okay, so tell me, Tanu, that you would have come across this situation or scenario many a times, I'm sure. But today, when some of the parents, suppose their child is say about 3 or 4 years old, and they see another child of the same age, and they find that another child or the other child knows far more than their own child. So that becomes a matter of their concern. So would you like to share that, is there any particular way that the child learns the best?
Okay, let me tell you one thing. What my thinking and thoughts says, we should never compare a child with another child. The competition of the child is with the child himself or herself, not with others.
Correct.
Because the pace every child grows in is different. Okay, the qualities every child holds is different. Maybe one child is very good at academics, and at the same time, the other child who is a bit lagging behind in academics is really good at something else. So every child has his or her own strengths and weaknesses. So we should never compare our child or someone else's child with a different child. Okay. My curriculum also is child-centric. We don't work like in nursery, the same thing has to be taught to each and everyone the same day. No. We are child-centric. First, we discover the learning needs of a child individually, and then step by step, we take it further. Now, coming to whether there is a best way of teaching a child. Again, a big no. There is not a thumb rule that this is the best way, because kids learn in different ways. Some learn by seeing, some learn by hearing, some learn by doing something, some learn by experimenting, observing, creating something, some learn by actively engaging in the environment. So what we have to do is we have to give them a variety of experiences. Now, which experience works best for which child, that depends on the child himself, herself, not us.
That's absolutely right. And now coming to, I would say, extracurricular activities, or I would say, them playing a role in building an overall personality of a child. So today we find that when a child comes back from school, a child is sent to probably a dance class or music class or robotics and so forth, because what parents' objective is that my child should develop an overall kind of personality, should be good in every area. So do you think that parents can do something to help their child develop this kind of a skill?
I'll tell you one thing straightforward. As I said in the last, when I was answering the last question, I said every child has his or her own capability. A child cannot be an all-rounder. What we can do as a parent and as a teacher or a principal is that we can let them explore everything. We can give them an idea that, okay, this is football, this is volleyball, this is dancing, this is singing. And let the child see that which activity he is interested in. Then we can work with the child to make the child better in that. Okay, a child cannot be a master of everything.
Correct.
Right. Mastery can be achieved in few things. See, again, this is the belief of my school that, okay, if the child is succeeding in something, we do applaud for the child. But if a child is falling short in something, we are there with the child, that there is nothing wrong in failing. You have to learn to digest your failure also. You have to take your failure in a positive way, and you have to work on that to make yourself better at it, not a master in it. Okay, so your life skills should be known to you. The rest of the extracurriculars, do whatever you are interested in, but give your 100% if you are doing it for a profession or something.
Absolutely. I think you said a very important thing, and it's so important for the parents especially to know, is that children should be taught how to accept failure. It's a very important skill for the children to have. Absolutely. Now, coming to your curriculum, what kind of a curriculum do you follow at Curious Tots?
See, we have a very wide, varied, balanced learning curriculum, which inculcates the best learning methodologies like Montessori, Piaget, Vygotsky. I never say that I'm a pure Montessori, because Montessori is hands-on experiences, right? Books are not a major part of it. I don't say that I'm pure Piaget, because Piaget says that, okay, you involve in things around you and you learn. Vygotsky says that your social behavior, your social skills develop because of the surrounding you're living in. So I'm not a pure of anything, whether people like it or don't like it. And this is the reason why I launched my own brand rather than going for a franchisee, because either franchisees are Montessori, nursery, they term themselves as one thing. What I think, a child's need cannot be fulfilled by one method.
Correct.
Okay. So how do we work? When my curriculum comes, I take the kids to the Montessori lab where I clear the concepts. Then I also get involved into arts and crafts, in the soft skills, singing and dancing, yoga, okay, which are from the different methodologies. Then once the concept is clear, the child is ready to work on that concept, then I bring the child back to the class and make him use him or her the same concept in books. So I'm nursery when I'm doing this. So basically I'm a mixture of many good methodologies where I have picked out the best things from each. And I have served the plate to the child that you learn whatever way you feel like you are more comfortable at. Okay, this is how we work in Curious Tots.
That's lovely. So it's like serving a meal, the complete
Yes.
platter.
You choose it. You choose it. See, everyone's brain is not the same.
Correct. Yes.
Maybe when I'm talking to you, the smile on your face is the most attractive part for me. Maybe for someone else, your eyes are more attractive. Right? So the focus will be on that. Same way it comes to teaching. If the child is enjoying when you are teaching, the child learns the best. So here in Curious Tots, we don't aim at only, raw teaching that, okay, we are teaching. No, we are not here only to teach. We are here to build a confident child who loves learning. The love for learning has to be there. If the child is loving it, the child will grow automatically in that field. We are here to make the child think in more than one way. We don't say right or wrong. If I'm giving an apparatus or a toy to the child, I love when the child explores it and tell me a different way of playing with it. It's very much okay. Maybe the child is thinking in a different way as compared to me. So this is how my curriculum also works. We follow 3 steps thing. The first step is the child is leading and we are nowhere in the scenario. So I am giving the child something. The child is exploring, experimenting and finding his own way out. The second way is the child is leading and I am assisting there. That okay, whatever you are saying, it's wonderful. But there is another way also we can use this. The child takes it. And the third step is where we are leading and the child is following us when it comes down to the books. So here what happens is the child is taking the steps positively, no negative words. We don't say, okay, don't do like this, you have to do like this. The child is enjoying learning the new things. And this is how my curriculum, my methodology works.
Great. It's great that you've taken the best of everything and put it together. That's amazing. So now while building the curriculum, one is that of course early years activities play always an important role. So how much emphasis do you give to activities in your curriculum?
I'll say 75% of emphasis is on the activities only. And not only activities with the apparatuses, free play, soft skills, everything coming together, the celebrations, the color days, everything we put together. Because I always say this age group, if you make them sit simply in the class, it's not going to work out. They have to be involved actively. And through activity, it's not only learning which is being learned, the academics, no. The social behavior, your physical growth, your motor skills, your concentration span, your eye-hand coordination, everything is being worked when you are active.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, Tanu, tell me, one is that, we would want, rather the parents would want that their children kind of become curious learners, they inculcate curiosity, they become explorers, because when we are curious, we learn. It's like when we ask questions, we learn. So how do we make them into explorers? And especially in the world of digitization, when they are just watching or the screen time is so high, how do we make them curious learners?
Kids are always curious learners. They are born eager to learn, because if they are not born like that, they will never ever grow. The child will be simply lying down on the bed. The moment a child is born, he is using his eyes. The first thing the child uses is his eyes to see your mouth, to see the face. He rotates the eyes to see as much as the child can see. Then comes the hand. Giving a rattle. Why do we give a rattle to the child? The child shakes it, puts it in the... So a child is a born curious, eager learner. We need not sow the seed of curiosity. It is already there in the child. Coming to, if the parents want a curious child, the first thing I like to tell the parents, you stop yourself from using gadgets. If you are sitting with a phone and telling your child don't use that, it's not going to work, because they follow you. They don't follow your instructions. They follow what you do.
Absolutely.
Be involved with your child actively. Give them quality time. Even if you are not giving quantity time because you are a working parent or something like that, give them quality time where you sit with your child, indulge with your child into activities, or go out for a simple walk and talk to your child. Ask open-ended questions to the child where the child can think in different ways and answer you, and always accept the answer. If you're not accepting the answer, ask the child to justify it, and I'll tell you, you will love the justification the child gives to you as per his or her age. One day, one of my child was telling a story about an elephant and an ant, and she said that the ant ate the elephant, and we were like, is the elephant big or the ant? Then she got that something wrong has been said. She said the elephant is big. Then we were like, how did the ant eat it then? And she suddenly said, you don't know, that's why the ant had a tummy ache. You see how the child is building his own thoughts, imaginations, right? So it's the most lovely part when you're dealing with a child. Ask the child open-ended questions. If that satisfies you, good and fine. If it doesn't, ask the child to justify. If the child is asking you questions, parents never get irritated. Always make it a point that you answer them. The third thing is, if the parents are not knowing the answer, tell them openly that, beta, I don't know the answer to this. Can we find out? Okay, then the child knows that it's okay to not know an answer, and we have various ways of getting an answer. So sit with your child, find an answer. Fourth thing is, ask wonder questions like, I wonder why this classroom is like this, why the leaf is green in color. And that's how curiosity starts in your child also. So the basic thing is, give time to your child, answer the questions, involve actively, talk as much as you can, and explore things with the child. Then the second thing is the surrounding of the child. The surrounding of the child should be full of colors, new things relevant to his age and growth, the brain, everything, so that the child can touch, feel, and experience those things. So that's all. It's not a very difficult thing to achieve.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. You're right, very right. Now coming to the workforce, as we call them, or our teachers, the pillars of any institution. So hearing about your exciting curriculum and activities, if some parents want to join your school, what is the way or process that you follow to take your teachers in, or the qualification that you look for, or the qualities that you look for?
I look for qualification, but that's a secondary thing. First of all, what I look in my teachers is whether they are compassionate, passionate, their fair-mindedness, how they are dealing with the kids, the way they are talking, their energy level. Because see, even if the qualification is not there, I can send them for a training later. But these are the qualities which I can't make them learn now. By now, these things are already there inside them. Their craft work, their imagination, their creativeness, this is what I look for. And it's not difficult for me to know. Like the first round of interview over the call, a slight hint I get. The next time they come and meet me in the person, the second hint I get. And then mostly we call them for 2 days demo. Not full day, maybe 1 hour every day. So one day I give them something creative to do, like storytelling with the puppets, or maybe some craft work, which is a bit difficult to do. And once they are doing these things, and there are different sort of kids in the class, mixed age groups are also there. You get to know within 15-20 minutes that this is the right person or not. Because there are many who will be disturbing the class. There are many who won't be able to do. There are many who will finish within minutes and they'll be like, ma'am, what to do now? So their patience level, the way they are responding, the way they are treating your child, you get to know within those 15-20 minutes. The second day of demo is related to the academics, where I send the teacher the time when academics are going on in the class. That is enough for me to judge. And I'll tell you, this is the most difficult part I have faced in the last 1 year. When I send the teacher to the room where the academics are being taken, so that is the second hint I get, that how good the teacher is in academics, like the phonic sound and all. So I'll get a clue from there. So basically, and then if the teacher is qualified enough, like if the teacher is having the NTT training or the Montessori training, good for me. If she is not having, we have given them an option of taking the training on my cost. Because see, it's my school, it's my kid, I want to give them 100%. So if the teacher is not having the training, we send them for the training. We have a tie-up with an institute where they go, I pay for them, and they get the training done. And this is I'll tell you, hiring the right person, whether it's the helping staff or the teacher, is the most challenging thing I have faced in the last 1 year. Right now also, I have been looking for a senior KG teacher, and it's been more than 2.5 months and no one has clicked. No one. I'm saying no to everyone. I don't know when I'm going to find that teacher. Again, if I don't find anyone, I'm always here. Even before I got into this, before opening the school, I completed my trainings because I'm not from this field at all. I'm from HR. Okay. So I did NTT. I took a Montessori training, the hands-on apparatus and everything I completed just because of this. That if I'm falling short of the people, I can take it over. But I'm not going to leave my kids with the wrong person.
Absolutely. That's so important. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Apart from, of course, the, induction time training and other things, do you also have an ongoing training planned for the teachers?
Yes, ma'am, it will be there. Because things keep on changing.
Yes.
There are new things coming in. So we should be aware of each and everything which is going in and out.
True. Absolutely. Now, coming to parent participation, whether a child is given some work for home, or if there are any kind of events that happen, is there, what kind of involvement do you expect from parents? How many times do you expect them to come to school?
See, here, whenever a parent comes for an inquiry also, we make it very clear and we make it a point that we tell them that we are going to work as a team. It's not that the school is going to do its part and you are going to do your part. There is no discrimination. Whatever the thing is, we are going to take that as a team. We have few celebrations in the school. At times, like we plan something for the mothers, we plan something for the fathers, for the grandparents, sometimes as a family. The sports day is there, annual day is there. So yes, they do come. Then we have 3 PTMs, so the parents come during that time. And to tell you, we are always open for the parents. If you are having any concern, we never say a no or give an excuse that I am busy today, you can come tomorrow. No, because for a parent, the child is the most important thing, and that child is most important for me also. So the moment they have a concern, I always say, give me a call and drop in. And we also make sure that both the parent and the school are transparent with each other. What the child is doing at home, what the child is doing in school, not only related to academics, behavior-wise as well. We keep on talking with each other because that helps both of us to develop the child, to make the child grow in a very good, positive way.
Yes.
So here, if you talk about me, I could daily talk to them during dispersal time. Right now also, when Tanish was calling, I told him that I'll give you a call within half an hour because that was my dispersal time. And as a director of the school, I keep an eye on each and every child. My job is that only. How the child behaved today. If I find that there was something different today, which is not a usual thing, I make sure that that day itself, that communication is given to the parent. That this thing happened today. It can be a change of mood, it can be anything. Okay. But we make sure that that information is passed on. And we expect that the parent is going to get back to me if she knows something why this happened.
Yes. That's amazing. So you're totally hands-on with all your children, which is such an amazing
I
thing.
am. See, last year, being a startup, we were total, I had 60 kids in my school. And if you ask me about any child any day, I know. I know where academically my child stands. I know the family background. I know how the father is. I know how the mother is. I know where the sibling is studying. So, see, that's the word of mouth which goes out. If you
Yes.
in my neighborhood, the word of mouth is that only that they give a personal touch to each and every child.
Yes, and that's really, really very important. Absolutely, that's such an amazing thing that you're doing. Now, government has laid down guidelines with regard to safety protocols to be followed in schools, which schools are doing. So, at Curious Tots, what are some of the safety steps that you have taken to ensure that children are safe in school?
The grillings have been done, as this is we have ground floor, first floor, second floor. The grillings have been done, keeping in mind the size of the kids. That what distance should be there between each of the grills. So that is done. Now we have earlier we put stoppers, the bottom stoppers, that didn't work. I found that few kids were raising it and all. So in our olden days, we used to have wooden stoppers to be put in the hinges. We have got that done, and at least 2-3 levels, that if a child is tall also, at least the topmost level the child won't be able to take out. All the sharp edges have been covered. The bathrooms are secure and safe and child friendly. The fire extinguishers are placed. The kitchen is placed in such a way that the kids don't have an access to it. The number of child and helper ratios which we provide. There was a time when we were having only 25 kids and we were total 16 staff members. Okay, so that is the ratio we provide. And the alertness, the CCTV cameras, everything. The childs are never left alone when they are coming down or going up. We always make sure that at least 2 people are there, one at the ground level and one at the first floor or the second floor, wherever the child is going.
Okay.
So the basic, every minute thing is under consideration. Even for like playgroup and nursery kids, we don't provide tables and chairs to sit because they want free space. They run, anytime they can run, anytime they can sleep. So we provide very small chalkies when they are, writing or reading. Otherwise, the rest, the entire floor is covered with mats, thick mats, so that they don't get cold or anything. Once they are done with writing, I make sure that all the chalkies are sent out of the class, and even if they are playing or at times they get into fighting or something while playing, they don't hurt themselves. So, and the level of the blackboards, everything is child friendly. So once the child is in, you need not worry about the safety of the child, because that is the uttermost priority. Whether the child learns or doesn't learn, that is the secondary thing.
Yes.
The child has to be safe.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that is of primary importance. So tell me, what are some of the exciting events that happen in your school, which the parents can look forward to?
See, sports day was one thing after which I was flooded with all positive messages and, praises, I would say. Because I don't know why. I tried, see, it's my school, so I try to do best in everything. I don't want to compromise anywhere. But sports day, I will say that was something where the kids were not ready to leave the ground, and even the parents were not ready to do so. So a 3-hour event went for around 5 hours, 5.5 hours. Okay, the parents danced, the parents sang, the parents jumped, the parents ran, the parents fell down, and forget about the parents enjoyed or not, my kids were enjoying seeing the parents doing all those things. Okay, so that was one of the grandest event I had last time. And then there was a Rangoli competition we did for mothers. I saw the mothers, having that competition feeling inside them and competing with each other. Again, the kids enjoyed that. Then a Janmashtami festival, right? Janmashtami festival we did, where we did this handi thing, and that was a major hit. That was a very big hit in our school. And the Holi, where the kids were left free to play with colors. So playgroup and nursery were decent enough, but the elder age group, I can't tell you the way they played. They even made their friends lie on the floor and they pulled the legs also, everything. And we always believe that a child should be a child. You should never take childhood from a child before the age.
Yes.
So we only stop or interfere when it comes down that you are going to hurt someone emotionally or physically. Otherwise, I'm famous for teaching my kids the naughty stuff. Okay. I want them to be naughty. I want them to be mischievous. I want them to do something left and right every time. I never like them to be sitting idle and in a very well-behaved way on a chair. I never like that. You are a child, you are open to do anything. It's just that whenever you are doing, you should not be hurting anyone because of that.
Yes, absolutely. That's been such an amazing conversation and so interesting. Never knew how the time has flown by. So finally, tell me, of course, I know what brought you into education, but what was that eureka moment for you when you decided that you wanted to get into education?
That's a story, ma'am, actually. Actually, we are two directors here, me and Poonam. And me and Poonam have been working together for the past many years, not in the field of education. Many stage shows we have done with the kids. Diwali events or something like that, Republic Day events. So we have done many, we have made the kids do many stage performances. So that's how we came together and we bonded well. And somewhere our wavelength also matched. So one fine day, it was 15th August or 26th January, I don't remember exactly, but it was Republic or this thing. And we were sitting together in our society's bench and some kids were playing there. And during the conversation, somehow I said that, okay, I always wanted to open a school, and Poonam was also like, me and my husband have been discussing about this. And the conversation ended. Back the same day, night time, Poonam called me and she was like, are you serious about that, whatever you told me? I was like, yes. And that's where this thing came out. The second day we met and we had a discussion how to open, where to open, and whether to go for a franchisee or whether to launch our own brand. So this is the entire story. It wasn't a planned thing, it wasn't a planned thing. But yes, one thing which was there that my kids had grown up and I wanted to start my career again. As I told you beforehand, I was in HR, but I somehow something was stopping me getting back into that field. I never enjoyed being an HR. Honestly, I worked, I got a good package, the growth was good, but I never enjoyed it. So I was thinking what to do, and suddenly when Poonam's question came, things just popped out like a popcorn. Okay, now this is what I want to do. And we started working on this. That's all.
Wow, that's an interesting story. So yes, it's been a really amazing talking to you, Tanu, and we hope that we have you back with us soon, maybe along with your other director as well. And we would like to wish you all the very best. I'm sure that Curious Tots is going to really create waves and be known for being one of the most creative school in the city of Bangalore. So wish you all the very best. It was lovely speaking to you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for your best wishes, ma'am.